Hi everyone, welcome to Push Your Luck. My name's Eric, and I'm here with Chris. We had another classmate play this game just now, but he has left, so it's just two of us doing the review now. So this is a review of Deus or Deus. Right? It's from Pearl Games. It's also distributed by Asmodee. This is a 2 to 4 player game and plays about 60 to 90 minutes. It is a 2014 release. It's one of the hotness from Essen last year. Okay, in this game, basically we are trying to score as many victory points as we can. It's a medium weight Euro style game. So what you do during the game is that you have a set of buildings that you can build. You have ships, soldiers, production buildings, trading posts, and assorted buildings. You have 5 different types of buildings, and you're placing them onto this board. Now, the interesting part about this board, I just destroyed you. I just destroyed you. So the interesting part about this board is that it's made up of these six different types of land types. Right? They produce different materials as well as one barbarian village. You can see here. Alright, so when you place them on the board, this will form the map where you're playing the game on. When you build a building, each particular region allows you to put one building type. You cannot build more than one of the same. So no other players can actually occupy the same spot in the game. So there's very minimal confrontation, I would say, in the game. But there are things that you can do that you can steal victory points or steal money from your opponents as well. When you play the game, the other interesting part about the game is that you have this tableau, right? This tableau you place in front of you, and whenever you build something, you'll be placing a card on it, right? The cards, each of them will have a different action that you can do. You can only build a building if you have that particular building type. After that, you put the building onto the board, and then you can activate this action. The interesting part of this is that if there's other cards that you have, alright, you activate all the actions in that particular column after you played the card. Okay. So throughout the game, as you play, when the game end is triggered, then we'll all count points. Essentially, count points, and whoever has the most points will win. The game end is triggering part of the game end is kind of dynamic because the players will decide when they want to trigger. There's 2 ways. One is when the temples are all built, that will trigger the end of the round, or when all the barbarian villages are conquered or attacked. That's when you can decide when the game ends. Okay, so I think we played it about 60 minutes. I think about 60 minutes or so. The explanation was about maybe 10, 15 minutes kind of thing.
It's playing very quick.
Yeah, it's quite. I think it's quite easy to pick up. Yeah, it's not too difficult to pick up. I think one of the surprises that I think Chris had was that initially, because of the card draw, I think you felt that you wasn't very fair for you. You were getting a lot of random.
Yeah, and a lot of the cards have a variety of things, actions. So I wasn't sure what actions were. So the cards I had in my hand, I didn't know they weren't that good until I started playing later, and then realized that I should have gotten rid of them earlier. But
yeah. So I think card draw is one of the things that I played this online as well. This is my actually first time playing it physically, the physical form. So as well, I mean the card draw is kind of luck based. If you get a unlucky hand of cards that does not allow you to do much, and if your initial starting position is quite bad, then you can't really get a lot of resources. Even though the designers do give you some capabilities when you discard cards to get certain resources, certain new extra cards, extra money, and so on and so forth. But if your general draw is very unlucky, you could be screwed. Yeah. But I think we discovered that temples are very important. They give you a lot of points. I mean, maximum 12 per temple you can build. But as a requirement for building a temple, you need to have a tableau of at least one set of 5 different colors or different color cards before you can build a temple. Right, the first temple is free, but subsequent temples you need to have at least one full set that you can build. I found that out the hard way that I couldn't build more temples because I was missing certain cards. I was missing certain color cards. Yeah. I think gameplay wise, it flows quite fast. Yeah, because you only do one action. You only can do one action per round.
Yeah, with only one action per round, like The only time I saw it slow down is sometimes you draw 9 new cards and you're trying to go through them all, but usually you do that in between rounds anyway. So.
Yeah, and it's quite fast. Decisions are quite easy to make. There's usually 1 or 2 things you want to do. I think the only things you need to think of is if people are attacking you, you may want to attack them back. As in, you may want to steal their stuff back. You want to look at your opponents to see how close they are to winning, or how much points they have, so they can decide whether you want to end the game or not. Jonathan, who was playing this side in the game just now, did mention that it is very Yuri in the sense that he kind of concentrated only on his own things. He didn't really care about what we're doing. But when I was playing, I was kind of looking at how many points you'll get, who then to steal from, or who then to get money from. But I think what thoughts you have?
Something that sort of struck me as we were going through. There's some army type of units where you're attacking barbarian camps and stealing from each other, and I didn't do much of that, and I thought I was on the losing end because of that. And I also sort of got surrounded, so I had a limited number of territories. So my resource influx was pretty small, but I built all those up enough and got the most amount of temples. So even though before the score count I was 20 points below everybody, having the
you're like I think you're about 4 or 5 points below. Initial VP,
I end up with having this temples getting pulled far ahead, even though I had much less board control and everything like that, and just less units on the board. But I was able to grab those last temples. So it's interesting that there's a lot of different tactics to playing.
Even though you're kind of blocked out, I think the way they designed it is such that like they had this initial set of things that were interesting. Like, oh, if I do this, I can expand. If I do that, I can get a lot of resources. If I can do that, I can steal stuff. Then I think maybe they realize that, oh, if they do that, if they can only do that, and the players do not have a negative feedback loop or a way to get back into the game, then they're kind of screwed and the game will kind of flop. So I guess they added this part where you can discard cards and get resources back, where you can do other stuff as well to kind of mitigate the powerful actions that you can have. So it feels to me that way, when they designed it that way, I think the components are good. One of the issues that we had was because in the cards, when you get the green color, when you get wood, for example, right, it's denoted by a green color symbol. But in the game that came with it, the tokens are all brown. So that's kind of
it threw me off a couple times. But
so that's Deus by designer Sebastian Dujardin, right? I think it's still try before you buy. For me, it's still try before you buy because there are some little things that might irritate you if you're pure Euro gamer, like the randomness could kind of throw you off a bit. But after you played it, I think overall it still feels okay.
It felt like it moved very quickly. It didn't feel like it took an hour. I think the gameplay is very quick.
I was gonna say, so let's say that you play like a move on her.
One thing to note though, when the ending condition can sometimes get draggy. I've played a few online games where we keep going on and on, and the deck keeps refreshing, and we still haven't finished the game yet because no one wants to finish the game, and we kind of know how many points we get because when you play online, you can see how much points each of us had already. So we may not want to finish the game because we don't want to lose a game when we finish it when we trigger ending condition. So that could drag on some time.
I can see it.
So that's those. Thanks for watching. Bye.